What's up, Mrparka here to shoot another DVD Fiends review. The movie I'll be reviewing is 1971 British horror movie. I imported this DVD in from the UK. It is Blood on Satan's Claw. This is a pretty good edition. The picture looks great. I don't know, I think there is maybe a couple budget releases over here, but I would recommend this release. If you're a fan of the movie, then this is a good release to get because the picture quality is great. As a kid, I thought some British horror stuff was alright. Amicus I enjoyed. And as I got older, I actually really started to appreciate it. Almost every British horror movie I saw, I enjoyed. And almost every movie involving superstition and witch hunts, I've enjoyed. This one is both. This one, I thought it was pretty decent. It wasn't the worst movie ever or the greatest movie ever. I would give it a 3 out of 5. It was well shot, well made, good designs, good sets, pretty good acting, especially by that judge, who is a really cool character, and maybe like an Oliver Reed type looking guy. His name is Patrick Wymark. He did a very good job, and it has its superstition stuff in there. The picture quality, like I said, is great. The cover's cool. Comes with a couple trailers on here, but basically the film is as follows. Guy brings a girl that he wants to marry home to his aunt, who's having a guest over the judge. And what happens is they make her, the aunt wants her to sleep in the attic, so she sleeps in the attic, and something god-awful happens to her. She screams and screams, goes mad, and when the aunt runs in there to see what happens, she slices her face. Basically, she's gone mad. They pound her in there, they barricade her in there, and then they come to take her away. What happens is the guy gets a look at her hands, and it's long, razor-sharp claws. Confusing. Anyways, the aunt goes into a horrible fever, ends up goes nuts and disappears. No one knows what happened to her. Meanwhile, these little kids. Actually, the whole thing starts when a farmer unearths some weird deformity underground. But anyways, after that, this little kid finds one of the claws. These kids will go to this church group, and all hell breaks loose pretty much. The town starts getting diseased, and people start getting the mark of the devil and things like that. And the kids kind of living out in the woods, and they get a whole pack together, and they start killing people, sacrificing people, and doing all sorts of wild stuff. There's a pretty horrific scene here, a spoiler, that I thought was kind of disturbing actually. They get this cute little poor girl, and they flicked her, and then they drag her down there, and they basically rape her, and then it seems like she's kind of enjoying it for a second, and then they stab her in the back, like the moment of climax, which is actually pretty demonic shit right there. And like I said, at the end, it kind of gets weird. The villagers, of course, revolt, the ones that aren't afflicted, of course, and the attack. And there's a pretty strange showdown. It's kind of in slow motion there, a couple scenes in there. But yeah, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was pretty cool. Not much to complain about here, really. I mean, it's slow in parts, but it's kind of that superstitious witch hunt stuff. But I also like the character of the judge, because he was a character who denied it originally, and it's always fun to see characters who deny it and then have to go back on their words and be like, well, I guess they were right, you know? So if you like this stuff, it's a must. I mean, it's not as good as Mark of the Devil. Some people might think it might be a better film. I just love Mark of the Devil. Maybe not as good as Witchfinder General, but it's really fun to see the superstition of the town, kind of like Vampire Circus or something like that. Not as good as Vampire Circus either, but yeah, it's a pretty good flick, and the creature in it is pretty weird looking, I must say the least. And on top of that, you get one giant pair of tits at the end, which is nice. And you get to see some other tits too, a couple pairs of boobs. Little demonic bastard kids and stuff like that. Try to frame people too. It's a pretty cool flick. Blood on Satan's Claw. Check it out. I'll probably put a clip in here or so. Thank you. Have a good one.
Water, Ellen, and bandages. Send round to get the doctor.